YouTube. This is the second part of the goat medication video series. Before I start with this, I want to let you know that I don't want to make it out like you're going to have to purchase a lot of medications for goats. We have 2 purebred Nubians, and some people will disagree with me, but in my experience, purebred goats have more health issues than mixed breed goats or even full-blooded goats. So I'm just giving you all the information that I have to treat every type of illness I've learned about. But this video I'm going to go over the basics of what you're probably going to experience with your goats, whether they're purebred, full-blooded or mixed. So the first thing I want to talk about is whenever your goat is sick. You're going to know that there's something wrong with your goat when they don't want to eat. It's not normal at all for goats to refuse grain or hay. And the first thing you're going to want to do is take their temperature. A normal goat's temperature is between 102 and 103 degrees. You're going to take it rectally. And if the temperature is too high, is above that, there could be an infection. And you're going to want to use antibiotics for that. Jimmy, I'm trying to go through my medications here to get the dosage. We use Propen G. It's a penicillin, and you'll give that subcutaneous, 1 cc for every 15 pounds, 2 times a day for 5 days or until the symptoms are gone, whichever comes first. And you can use ibuprofen to help bring down the fever, and also as a pain reliever, and you'll give them 2 times the adult dosage. So I don't know, it says take 2 ibuprofen, you'll give your goat 4. And you can give it however many hours it says, every 6 hours or something like that. If the goat has a low body temperature, you want to get that temperature back up. And the best way I've found to do that is to take a hot water bottle. If the goat's laying down, take a hot water bottle and put it between the back legs, right up against where the milk bag would be, and put a blanket over them. And you're going to want to keep monitoring this. It's more scary to have a low body temperature than a high. If the goat's still standing, then put blankets, put them in an area with a heater, do whatever you can do. I've even heard of people putting them in the bathtub, putting the goat in a garbage bag up to its neck and laying it in a tub full of warm water. So that's something that you really want to get on right away if the goat's body temperature is low. So that's temperature if you know they're sick. They're off feed, maybe they're grinding their teeth. That can be a sign of infection or some type of pain. You want to give ibuprofen for that as well. Now let's say the temperature is normal, the goat's just not eating. What I would suggest is checking the eyelids. You want the bottom part of the goat's eyelid, and I'm going to put a picture up here to show you what part of the eye I'm talking about. You want it to be at the very least a dark pink color. Light pink is okay, but you want to keep checking them. We check our goats' eyelids once a week. I've had worm overload happen where I checked eyelids on Monday and they were pink. I checked them again Thursday and they were white. So you want to figure out a good worming regimen. We used to use herbal wormer, and I had a buck die from worm overload. So we've since moved to Val Bazin and Ivamec. Now you can buy the Ivamec Plus, but you can't give Ivamec Plus to pregnant does. So I just get the regular Ivamec. And the dosage for that, I put it on the last video, but I'll redo it here. Ivamec is 1 cc for every 33 pounds orally. Now, if the goat is anemic, overloaded with worms, don't give Ivamec orally because it'll cause the worms to detach. Too many of them, and the goat can bleed to death. So if the goat's overloaded with worms, give the Ivamec as an injection. Val Bazin is 1 cc for every 10 pounds orally. and you're going to do the 10, 10, and 30 regimen. You're going to worm the goats 10 days later, give them another dose, 10 days after that another dose, 30 days after that another dose. And you want to do that twice a year. We do it in spring and fall because those are when worms are more prevalent. If your goat does have anemia, where you see that those eyelids are white, red cell. It's an iron supplement, and you'll give 1 cc for every 20 pounds orally. And 1 dose of this should get the eyelids. It should, take care of the anemia. I've never had to give more than 1. One time I had to give it a week later, another dose. But let me see what we've covered. We've covered worms. Oh, B complex. If they're down, if they have anemia, even if the goat's just having a digestive issue, I'll give them a shot of this B complex plus. And that is 3 to 5 cc's for every 100 pounds subcutaneous, which is injected under the skin. If the goat's not anemic, the temperature's fine, they're just not eating, it's just a stomach problem. They probably got into something that they just couldn't digest, or they ate too much, or who knows. I'll give them probiotics, and I just mix it in a syringe, either 1 scoop or a half a scoop, depending on the size of the goat. If they're breeding or lactating, you'll give them a whole scoop. If it's just, the goat's not pregnant, they're not in milk, give them a half a scoop. And I'll give that to them every day till they start eating their feed again. We'll also put electrolytes in their water. 1 scoop for every gallon of water. Now, the one thing I do want to stress is that you have epinephrine. You'll have to get a vet to give you a prescription for this. But if the goat goes into anaphylactic shock, you're going to have this with you. And you're going to have to give them that 1 cc shot into the muscle immediately. Or the goat will die. Even by the time you would run down to the house and get it and come back up, it could be too late. So, those are the basics of what I hope all of you would have. These are the things that probably will happen if you have goats. So, and none of these products are very expensive. The wormers you're looking at, $40, $50, but it's going to last you a couple of years, so it's really not that big of an expense. I think these electrolytes, probiotic powder, maybe $5 a piece. B complex is around $10, $8, something like that. The red cell I think was $20, but you can see you get a huge gallon of it, so you buy that and you won't have to buy it again for many, many years. So I'll list all this information below the video as well, so it'll be easy for you to copy down. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.